Signal 2-3, 25 September 2002. This is going to be a little bit short, but I'm going to try and keep them short. A group of armed black men called the Minnesota Freedom Fighters, who took over Minneapolis streets in the aftermath of the riots, are being supported by city officials. This group of men is black men. This group is black men only. The Minnesota Freedom Fighters started patrolling small businesses in Minneapolis in late May and early June after the city's NAACP chapter called for residents in a predominantly black neighborhood to protect storefronts amid widening civil unrest. The group, which consists of about 24 men, includes a veteran and a retired firefighter. And they've since protected grocery store parking lots while armed with Glock 23s and other licensed handguns. They also offer security for protesters. They stay in contact with police precinct commanders and have also met with the city's black police chief, Medaria Arredondo. The Minnesota Freedom Fighters consider themselves an added layer of security for the community and aren't fearful of being targeted by police. In Seattle, in the aftermath of the Chaz and Chop encampment being dismantled, police recovered knives, shields, spikes, and a piece of unexploded munition. So, yeah. In Kentucky, State Representative Attica Scott is arrested and charged with first-degree rioting, a Class A felony, and failure to disperse and unlawful assembly. That's their leadership. Moving to California. The California magazine ban is still cooking. States attorneys general who have signed on to the California magazine ban amicus brief are Connecticut, Delaware, Hawaii, Illinois, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, New Jersey, New Mexico, New York, Oregon, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, Vermont, Virginia, and Washington. Yes, there's also Washington, D.C. There's also D.C. Let's hope it doesn't go anywhere. In Louisville, anarchist agent Holly Zoller, spelled Zoller, admitted to being behind the U-Haul being brought to the Louisville riot. She admits to registering and delivering the U-Haul laden with riot gear for Louisville street criminals. Zoller, who is a member of the Bail Project, is the woman responsible for bringing a U-Haul truck filled with riot shields, umbrellas, and other gear for the street criminals aiding and abetting rioters in the city of Louisville. The First Unitarian Church in Louisville is abusing a provision in the emergency orders issued to prevent rioting that exempts houses of worship from having to abide by the curfew by offering sanctuary to the rioters in Louisville. Quote, this is First Unitarian Church of Louisville, and they have opened up the church as a sanctuary. On the emergency orders, houses of worship are exempt from the curfew, so we've opened this up. Or the church has opened this up as a sanctuary zone. It's a place to get refreshments. It's a place to get legal aid if they need. Of course, when Black Lives Matter occupied the space, they ordered all the white people out of the church, out of the sanctuary zone, threatening to beat them if they didn't comply. This reminds me of the riots in Rochester recently, where the white Black Lives Matter supporters were being used literally as human shields against the Rochester police. They were told, you can show your solidarity to Black Lives Matter by using your bodies as literal shields between police and the black members of Black Lives Matter. To end on a much more positive note, House lawmakers on Tuesday unanimously advanced a bill to allow the president to posthumously award Alwyn Cash, Sergeant First Class Alwyn Cash, the Medal of Honor for the rescue that led to his death. He was originally awarded the Silver Star for his actions in Iraq, but Congress must waive the current policy requiring Medals of Honor to be awarded within 5 years. Congress has waived that 5-year limit in the past, and Defense Secretary Mark Esper said he supported the move to upgrade Cash's award. If he is awarded the Medal of Honor, Cash would be the first black service member to receive the award for his actions during the global war on terror. Quote, after giving the nomination careful consideration, I agree that Sergeant First Class Cash's actions merit award of the Medal of Honor, Esper wrote in August. Quote, before we can take further action with this nomination, Congress must waive this time limit. Once legislation is enacted authorizing the President of the United States to award, if he so chooses, the Medal of Honor to Sergeant First Class Cash, I will provide my endorsement to the President. Sergeant First Class Cash was on patrol in Diyala Province on October 17, 2005, when an improvised explosive device detonated under his Bradley. Drenched in fuel, Cash ran to and from the vehicle to pull the remaining 6 soldiers to safety, even though he was on fire. He died from his burns at Brooke Army Medical Center in Texas on November 8, 2005, 3 weeks after he rescued his comrades. When he first regained consciousness and was able to speak in the days before his death, his sister said that his first words were, "How were my boys?" When he had heard that not all survived, he cried and told his sister, "I couldn't get to them fast enough." He's an American hero who did incredibly brave things and deserves a Medal of Honor. I think there's agreement to that. I don't think that's something that can be disputed. Rest in peace, Sergeant Cash. Please remember to, a lot of the information that I get from various sources, news publications. One of the main places that I get information is from Fort Observer. I have subscribed to that. I'm encouraging everyone to subscribe to that because it's vital information given out on a daily basis, and especially where you are regionally, geographically, it could make an impact on decisions. It could make an impact on readiness. So with that, Signal 23 out.